Hi there, I'm Amanda CASTOR with Material Girl Quilts, and this is week 2 of the Snowfall Sew Along. We're working on this beautiful snowfall quilt behind me, so if you're just now finding us on YouTube, you have plenty of time to join us, and the information for week 1 and all of the information you'll need to purchase the pattern are included in the video description below. So last week we worked on fabric selection and piecing the half square triangles that we're going to need for the blocks. Now today we're going to work on the corner units, and as you would expect, each block has 4 corner units. So for what we're going to work on today is piecing one of the units, and then you'll just repeat that process for each block to make a total of 4. To create the corner units, you're going to need, for each unit, you will need 1 of your 8-inch squares of background fabric, 4 of the half square triangles that you pieced last week, 1 of the small accent snowflake fabric squares, 2 of the small background triangles, and 2 diamonds that we cut last week. Now to piece this block together, we're going to start by sewing this into sections. So these 4 pieces here will create one section, and these 5 here will create another, and then we'll attach those to the background square. So I will show you how that's going to look. So when we're piecing these units, you have to, now I've flipped that backwards, you have to make sure that you have the half square triangles facing the correct direction, and all of those are in the diagrams included in the pattern. So as you can see here, I've started piecing these sections, but I wanted to show you when you're sewing these together how you're going to attach this triangle to the blocks. So when you have it laid out, you will take your triangle and your squares that you're going to attach them to and put them right sides together, and make sure that the straight edges of the triangle line up with the straight sides of the block, and we'll sew that together. Now once you've sewn the triangle on, you will press towards the triangle for this section, and in the pattern instructions it shows you which direction you should press all of your seams. So for this side we're going to be pressing up towards the diamond, and for this section we'll be pressing towards the square. So now to attach the diamond, what we need to do is you will place them right sides together, but you'll need to align it so that you have about 1/4 inch of the white triangle still showing here, and about 1/4 inch of the diamond will be hanging off this edge. And if you align it that way, then your edges and your seams will match up. So I'll sew these together now. And then once that's sewn, again, you will press up towards the diamond, and then you'll have a nice straight edge here. Another helpful tip when you're pressing or when you're piecing this block is that some spray starch would probably be very helpful for you because of all of the biased edges that we're working with. So now that we have the 2 sections pieced together, you'll sew the triangle and diamond on just like you did on this side as you did the first section. You will then sew your smaller section to the right side of the background square. So you'll just flip it over, line it up, make sure that the sides are lined up here on the bottom of the background square, and then you'll sew 1/4 inch along this seam here. And once you sew that section on, you're going to press towards your background square. And also note these little, I don't know what you call it, little dog ears hanging off the edge there. I usually just snip those off so that you have a straight edge for when you go to piece this into the next section of your block. So now we have the first section sewn onto the background square, and we're going to then finally add this last section to the background square. So you'll flip it right sides together, and because of the way you pressed, this first seam here where the accent square matches up to the background, that seam will nest, so you want to pin there, and you can pin along this edge and sew that at 1/4 inch seam here, and again you will press it towards the background square like I've done in this section, And there is your completed corner unit. So now that we have one corner unit done, we just have to repeat this process to make a total of 4 per block. And that's your assignment for this week, is to create all of your corner units. And another fun, exciting thing about this week is that we're going to have a giveaway. So what we have for this week's giveaway is a 5-inch stacker of Winterland. This adorable stiletto from my friend Bev McCullough. It's a little flamingo on it. Some of these prizes were, by the way, donated by Riley Blake Designs. We have some pretty pins and some chunky thread from Lori Holt. So how you can win this giveaway is by sharing a picture of your progress for this week. So once you get your corner units sewn, you can go ahead and share it on social media and tag me on either Instagram or Facebook. I'm at Material Girl Quilts. If you don't have social media, that's fine. You can feel free to email me your photos at Amanda@materialgirlquilts.com, and I can't wait to see the progress you make this week. And I'm looking forward to what we're going to do next week. We're going to work on the side units for the block. So thank you again so much for joining in this sew along, and I'm looking forward to seeing you then.